So hello and welcome back to the Manchester United FIFA 20 career mode here on the channel. We're into season 2 episode 2. It's been highly anticipated. You guys have been waiting for it ever so patiently and we're back today. Hopefully we can get these up more often on the channel alongside the Brescia Road to Glory. But Manchester United, we're back in action today. And boy oh boy, we have gotten so much planned for this episode. It is going to be action packed. I don't know how we're going to fit it in, but we're going to have to. It is going to be an exciting one. So if you go on to enjoy the video, make sure to slap the like button, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. If you want some more Manchester United career mode in your life, comment down below any suggestions. I've looked at your comments, we've gathered them, and today we're going to be addressing everything that you guys were mentioning down in the comments below. What we should do, who we should sign, and what actions we should partake in the career mode. However, before we get into all that juicy action, we'll take a look at our schedule upcoming for this match. We've got some games in here alongside Arsenal at home. We also have Crew Alexandria in the Carabao Cup, which we'll simulate, as well as this Norwich game at home as well. We move on into September, and this is where things start to spice up. We got Spurs away from home as well as Chelsea, so we probably will play those games and head into a pretty breezy October, heading into November, and then there is the derby against Liverpool. That is a big one in November, depending on how far we get in the cup competitions. And then the dreaded December, the Christmas period. We've got a game on Christmas Eve. It's the Manchester derby on Christmas Eve. Let's hope to deliver some Christmas presents with all 3 points in that one away at the Etihad. But enough for that. We're looking too much into the future because we've got to focus on the now. We're into the present and we have about £114 million in the transfer budget to spend. We'll wind it back a bit, get a bit more on the wage budget, and it's now more 108, £110 million. It's still a healthy amount. It's still a lot that we can go in and invest in the transfer markets. We've got some new transfer targets, some old transfer targets, but we're definitely going to be making a few more signings before the game against Arsenal and of course before deadline day. A few minor things though, our brand new signing Jadon Sancho, the 20-year-old Englishman. He's just arrived from Borussia Dortmund, and I posed to you last episode he's wearing the number 32. Yeah, there's no way he's wearing the number 32, and you guys suggested down below that he should wear the number 11. It's vacant. Kai Havertz already has a number 7 and he's owning that number right now. So Jadon Sancho can make the number 11 his own and he'll retain that. He'll get his brand new number, and I cannot wait to see what he does for us this season. Some more administrational things to deal with as well. We've got a few players running low on their contracts. We've got Angel Gomez now at an 80 overall. We'll go ahead and delegate his contract. He has a £4.3 million release clause. How has no club pounced on that? Thankfully, no one went in for him. We'll go and negotiate, let's say 38k a week. He wants 41k for 4 years. I'm happy to sign that on. The Englishman gets a brand new deal here at Old Trafford. We also have the likes of Victor Lindelof and Paul Pogba as well. I want him to stay at United, especially in this career mode save. So he's already on 220k a week. We'll say 265. Alright, he's happy. 4-year contract, no release clause. I'm more than happy with that, Paul. He gets another 4 years at United. Marcos Rojo, I'm not too sure if I should renew that. We accepted a few bids for him last episode, but it just didn't go through. He's already on the transfer list. We'll put him on the transfer list. Victor Lindelof too. We'll negotiate his contract. So I get a brand new deal for our Swede, 100k a week. 4-year deal. These negotiations are going swimmingly. And then the rest, yeah, they could probably run down their contracts as well. Sergio Romero. It's the exciting time. We've got some transfer action to delve into. We've got some brand new transfer targets. We were looking at the Portuguese Joao Felix last episode. You guys were suggesting Rafael Leao at that striker position. Obviously, just recently moved to AC Milan. Wilfred Ndidi would have been a great midfielder, but we've already got a ton of midfielders. I feel like we're pretty good in that position. We've got a lot of depth there, and the Nigerian already moved to Bayern Munich and he won't move again. I've gone after, oh no, I've just seen his stats now. Okay, I've gone after someone, Nabil Owusu. He's a generated player, he's a regen, and guess who he's a regen of? Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Played for United a few seasons ago. He retired from the LA Galaxy in this career mode. His stats don't look all too good. I mean, 4-star skill moves, but 1-star weak foot. Come on, Zlatan. Are you kidding me? This is his regen. Is this the kind of legacy you want to leave behind? 17 years of age, playing for Dallas right now. We haven't got his scouting report back, but once we do, let me know down below. Should we go for Zlatan's regen just for the lols, just for the fun of it? Why not? If you guys agree with it, we'll go ahead and pick him up in either in January or next episode. But a player I was really looking forward to signing last episode, and you guys seem to agree with down in the comments below, Joao Felix, 5-star skill moves with that release clause as well. The stats speak for themselves. And before he gets to an outrageous overall, I want to capitalize on that £66.9 million release clause and try bring the Portuguese sensation to Old Trafford. Manchester United have come calling. A season at Atletico Madrid's enough for him. We'll skip the club negotiations and pay that release fee. I am happy to, because we're lacking in that striker position. We need a good centre forward / striker, and I mean Joao Felix is the best you can come by. We need someone store bought and ready. We have Mason Greenwood training up and developing, but I want to negotiate Felix's contract, hopefully get him signed and sealed before this Arsenal game. We've invited him and his agent to a little tea party over here in Manchester to sort out the contracts. Our first priority is of course Marcus Rashford, so he's not going to get the starting position straight away, but maybe in a few seasons time, maybe next season. 5-year contract, that's exactly what we want, and he seems happy with that. We'll go and talk about release clauses, do not want to talk about that. And 76k a week, he wants a bit of a pay rise. If he bags 15 goals, he gets 2.1 million. And now Joao Felix follows in the footsteps of Cristiano Ronaldo and joins Manchester United. Will he live up to the hype? Will he bag us the goals? That is the question. And Sir BCHD pulls off another transfer masterclass here. Our new number 15, Joao Felix, comes and joins us here in the Premier League. He's going to make his Premier League debut, 20 years of age. And I firmly believe that that is going to be a transfer deal that is going to pay off in the future. He's one of the best players to get in FIFA 20 career mode, and I want to get my hands on him early. I want to see how good he actually is. And also down in the comments below, let me know what number he should have. He's currently the number 15. Don't really think that suits him all too well. Maybe the number 32. I'm not too sure. We get an offer in for Marcos Rojo, speak of the devil, 6.2 million. Coming from Everton, fellow Premier League side, I'll go ahead and accept that. We don't need him at the club anymore. He's just taking up some space on the wage bill, and we could get a bit more cash in the transfer budget. Let's hope that one goes through this time. Another offer. Rojo is a hot property on the transfer market at the moment. 7.2 million from Nice. Hopefully he accepts that deal so we get more money in the bank. The French outfit offering way more than Everton. Interesting there. Marcos Rojo seems to be 1 foot out the door. Arsenal await us at Old Trafford. It's always a big one. It recently happened in real life too. It was a 1-1 draw. So BCHD is looking to get all 3 points, continuing our brilliant run in the Premier League so far. Let me know down in the comments below. Come January, what are some pre-contract signings we can do in Season 2? It'll be interesting to see what players we can bag on a free. I don't know if I should start Joao Felix. I don't know if we should chuck him in the deep end straight away, but he'll definitely come off the bench in this one. Greenwood might have to take a step away from the substitutes bench, unfortunately, as now Joao Felix is ready to set foot on Manchester United turf. You guys in the comments down below were also saying to start Rafael Guerreiro, our brand new pre-contract signing who arrived. He can play left mid, left back, centre mid, and you know what? We'll just chuck him in there. We'll see what happens, and let's see if he can put in a good performance against the Gunners. For now, we'll head into our first Premier League match of the episode. We're up against Arsenal. You saw our starting 11. Let's get into this classic Premier League fixture. The sun beams down on Old Trafford today. It is set up for a classic Premier League matchup. It is Arsenal. It is the Gunners travelling up to Manchester, and it's always good to get a win against Arsenal. The George Best Tifo out again at the Stretford end. You love to see it. And apparently, play to watch, Nicolas Pepe. 2 goals in the previous match. The Ivorian seems to be getting into form here at Arsenal. You guys know how we line up by now. The only changes is Guerreiro at left back, number 11 Sancho, David De Gea still leading the boys out, as well as Marcus Rashford heading out the front line for us. It's a very strong starting 11. We got some firepower to come off the bench too, but how will Arsenal and Unai Emery's men line up? It is still the German Bernd Leno in between the sticks. Pereira, Boateng, Socrates, and Chilwell. That is a decent back four. Tolisso and Torreira again. They've started their strong team here. There's no glitch in terms of lineups. Pepe, Ozil, and Aubameyang, and Asensio at striker, another interesting option. It's probably their strongest starting 11. Let's get straight into things here. Marcus Rashford will kick us off. It's a changed camera angle. We're on the telly broadcast, but now let's get the result. Arsenal invested in 2 Leicester City fullbacks in Chilwell and Ricardo Pereira, and now the Portuguese is up against a fellow Portuguese star. Is that a penalty? No, Aubameyang goes down, but we seem to be in the clear. He'll recover again. Marcus Rashford off to Paul Pogba. It's a bit of a give and go. And now our new number 11, Jadon Sancho. What could he conjure up here? He's done a little flick up. He'll cross it into the middle. That's dangerous. Leno with the punch away. And Rashford couldn't react quicker. Tackle in from Guerreiro. There's no love lost between them. And now a big tackle from Savic. We don't get the ball back. Somehow Nicolas Pepe receives it, but David De Gea was alert to the situation, and the number 1 parries away. Here we are, Nicolas Pepe. The Ivorian, he's in hot form at the moment. He cuts inside. He's a bit dangerous, but Guerrero will contain him. Our new left back on his debut, but Tolisso shaves the side netting. Oh, Guerrero will win it back. He's found Marcus Rashford. No, it's now Martial. He'll find Rashford though, and there we go. We've picked up a new striker, but it's our main man that gets our first against Arsenal. It's a little 1-2 into Martial, and it's the famous link-up between Martial and Rashford. It was an open goal. Leno caught off guard, and Rashford on the score sheet again. We can always trust him in times of need. Lovely little pirouette from our Portuguese left-back. He has grown into that position, and now another opportunity arises. Martial, it's nearly a carbon copy, but burnt Leno with the stop. Martial, Havertz now. Rashford with the little pirouette. Oh, that was brilliant. And somehow Bernd Leno gets a hand to it. An individual piece of brilliance from our English marksman. Just gets the tip to it. We are little corner opportunity. Milinkovic-Savic, and it's just over the bar. The Gabonese left winger should be starting at striker, but he'll cut inside. And now he's in his best position at the moment. Aaron Wan-Bissaka with a lovely little intervention. And how have we gotten away with that one? De Gea to the rescue again. Surely on stoppage time, Arsenal can't get the equaliser. Socrates heads wide. And that is it, half time. We're going to the break. 1-0 up against the Gunners. Now Nicolas Pepe. Out to Ozil. Ozil lays it through to Marco Asensio. We put him off guard. And he hits the side netting. I think it was a save from De Gea. Tries to track back. And now Arsenal, they want the equaliser. It is Mesut Ozil. And it was a poor shot in the end from the German. Pogba. Havertz. Back into Havertz. This could be game over. Kai Havertz. There we go. Take him out. The number 7 again with a lovely finish. And he gets on the goals. He's back amongst it. And it's the Rashford Havertz connection. A brilliant little duo we've sparked up here. A little 1-2. A little give and go. And after all that Arsenal pressure, we've soaked it up. And we've responded with a little counter-attack of our own. Off the post. A low hard drill into the bottom left-hand corner. Bernd Leno, goodbye, son. It's high fives all around as we make it 2-0. And it's a brilliant day out at Old Trafford again. 3 points pretty much secured. And there we go. The referee blows his whistle. And that is full time at Old Trafford. 3 points in the Premier League. Another big win against the top 6 rival. And Unai Emery goes back home to London with no points secured. So BCHD the victor again. And that was a very successful day out. Thanks to Rashford and Havertz, we get the 2-0 win. It was no Joao Felix debut. He's not going to get his time in the spotlight yet, but we have an upcoming game in the Cup where I'm looking to play him against Crew Alexandria. We'll go ahead and simulate it, but we'll try to get the morale up in the press conference. It's 2 days later. We've got some training as well. You guys have been loving the Daniel James training, and there you go. It goes up to a 75. Greenwood and Gomez working as hard as ever in the training sessions. A transfer offer comes in for our other aging Argentine, Sergio Romero. West Ham United have come calling. £6.9 million. I guess that's fair enough. It's time to say goodbye, Sergio. You've been a loyal servant, but now he seems to be like he's out the door. That is how the team will be lining up against Crew Alexandria away in the Carabao Cup. Felix up top, Gomes in that number 10 position, Bailey and James on the wings, and we also have Fabian and Tielemans, a little midfield partnership that I think could cause a bit of trouble. Bailey and Diaz as the centre backs, and Romero probably playing one of his last games for United in round 2. Crew could be a difficult away game simulated, so we have to be careful. We have to be alert to the situation, and there we go. Guerrero, another Portuguese player in our side, gets the goal, and Marcus Rashford off the bench bags another to get us through to the next round. We also get some loan offers for Timothy Fosu-Mensah and Taith Chong, and I'm not really a fan of sending kids out on loan. They are going to get some game time in the second team. We've got a lot of competitions to deal with this season, and we need them as the backup brigade. Timothy Fosu-Mensah as well. I'm kind of debating whether to sell him or loan him out, but for now, they're Manchester United players. And here we have it, the Champions League. We qualified for it last season after winning the Premier League, and now United are back in the competition that they deserve to be in. What group are we going to put in? That is the major question. And we are up against Valencia, Olympic Lyon, and Lokomotiv Moscow. So it's trips to Spain, France, and Russia. I cannot wait to play Champions League football for the Red Devils. The revival is well on its way. We're on the right track, and that is a very winnable Champions League group in Group G there. I'm ecstatic to play some Champions League football, but how are Watford in the Champions League? They get a disastrous group there with Bayern, Milan, Dinamo Zagreb, PSG, Lazio in another group, Liverpool, Real Madrid in another Spurs and RB Leipzig, Juventus and Ajax, Dortmund as well. That's a little group of death. The Champions League's back, and we're ready to kill it in 2020. And because why not, we'll just take a look at the Europa League draw, see if any big clubs are in here, see if any big clubs has fallen from grace from the Champions League, and Manchester City are in the Europa League, Chelsea as well. Oh, this is funny. If only this was real life, Manchester United fans. Unfortunately, it's BCHD's FIFA 20 career mode. Anything goes. Napoli in there as well. Oh, it's just funny to see City and Chelsea back in the Europa League. But enough talk about European competition. That will start later next month. We have a game up against Norwich at home. Old Trafford is the fortress. Can we continue our unbeaten streak against the Canaries? And it's a 3-1 win. Martial, Joao, Felix off the bench to get his Premier League debut and a debut goal. Pogba as well. The two Frenchmen, and of course, our brand new Portuguese boy gets us all 3 points. And it is finally confirmed, both our Argentines are out of the club. Romero off to West Ham for £6.9 million, and also Marcos Rojo for 6.2 off to Everton. It was nice having you, but you're not Manchester United players under Sir BCHD's reign. Good luck with the rest of your careers. And with those two deadline day sales, we have £41 million left in the transfer budget. So let me know down below who we should sign for January. Some pre-contract signings in Season 2 that we can pick up as well, because I feel like we're pretty adept in every position. We got a lot of quality now, and we've gotten rid of a lot of deadwood too. And at the halfway stage, we'll analyze and see what areas need strengthening. But for now, we seem to be alright. I don't want to blow all the transfer budget yet. We'll leave some for January, but for now, it is deadline day. I'll keep you updated. We're going to count down the hours, and somehow Arsenal have picked up Dani Ceballos again for £32.8 million. We have a transfer offer for Fosu Mensah and Luke Shaw. Spurs have come in for Luke Shaw. I'm not going to accept that. He's our great left back, and he's currently our backup right now, but yeah, there's no way we're selling him yet. But for now, Fosu Mensah, yeah, I'm not going to let him go. Oh, one thing I did want to do with our remaining transfer budget was to set up a brand new scouting network in England again, after we kind of failed in Season 1 to get any decent youth academy prospects in. We'll go again, 9 months. It's only going to cost us $300k, and it's Jack Gray, our 5-star judgment, 4-star experienced scout. We'll go ahead for the second time and attempt to get us some youth academy stars from England. The last hour of deadline day, no deals seem to be on the cards whatsoever. We'll take a look at the general transfer activity from all the clubs across the world, and I'm glad to say that we've dominated this transfer market. Sancho, Felix, Fabian is the top 3 transfers. We have Ruben Neves off to Valencia. Philippe Coutinho makes his way over from Barcelona to PSG for $54 million. Lucas Digne off to Spurs. I don't know why they came after Luke Shaw if they've already got Digne. Tolisso made a move to Arsenal, who we just came up against. We also have Tielemans off to United. Gaia makes his move onto Atletico Madrid, and Wilfried Zaha finally moves away from Crystal Palace. Borussia Dortmund pick him up for 40.7. Gini Wijnaldum leaving Liverpool, as well as Van de Beek off to Inter, and John Stones making a move to AC Milan. It's a fascinating transfer window we've gone under here. Season 2, not much action. There's been a lot of action, but not too many major deals, if you know what I mean. We have dominated in terms of transfer fees. We've got the top 3 transfers, and that's the way it should be. You know what the deal is. Our strongest starting 11 heading into this match. Away in North London, we've played both matches of this episode up against both North London clubs this time. Spurs come calling, and we're going to have to try get all 3 points from this one. An away day masterclass is on the cards. Let's get straight into it. It was a thumping last time out here at Tottenham Hotspur's new stadium. It's a rainy day here in North London, in contrast to the Manchester weather. Badeo will lead the boys out. We'll see how Spurs will line up for today. Mauricio Pochettino's men are out in force. I believe they're in the top 4 in the Premier League too, so it's a big top 4 clash. And I could already tell this is absolutely terrible. It is the lineup glitch at its sparkling worst, or sparkling best, whatever you want to call it. It is not a strong starting 11. Oh, that is terrible from Spurs. We really should have changed it, but it's literally their B team. It's their C team, the D team even. We've got our strongest starting 11, so I'm aiming for a routine win here, an away day victory. If we don't win this one, it'll be embarrassing. Pochettino, he's got the young lads out tonight, and this is our perfect opportunity to pounce. I really should have changed the starting 11 lineup, but sometimes, like we came up against Arsenal, they had their strongest starting 11, and now Tottenham Hotspur with the complete opposite starting 11. Ryan Sessegnon, Tottenham's best player on the pitch, and that is no understatement. But it is now Troy Parrott off the post and turned in by Rollers. I was just talking about how we need a win against these guys, and that is the worst possible start we could ever imagine for. Rollers goes straight up to the camera with his unscanned face in FIFA 20. Troy Parrott was the main provider in that goal. A shot off the woodwork and straight back to Rollers. We concede the first goal, and this is not how we wanted to start things off here. The number 55 for Tottenham breaks the deadlock in the middle to Rashford. Maybe we underestimated this Spurs side. They're playing rather well, and the young boys are proven why they deserve a spot in the starting 11. They've been tough to break down so far. Spurs on the prowl again. It is Sessegnon off to Van Aanholt of all players. But Wan-Bissaka with a little intervention. And now Jadon Sancho will capitalize on all this empty room, all this space to run onto. And the Englishman has powered through this Spurs side, will cut it in. And now Sancho with the shot, followed up by Pogba and the block from Carter Vickers. Amos. And now it is Rollers through to Troy Parrott again. Spurs are playing us off the park with their C team. And Rollers, the goal scorer, just goes above the goal. Through to Jimenez. Back to Pogba. And now this is where the Spurs starting to tire already. Kai Havertz back into the Serbian Milinkovic-Savic gets us the equaliser right in front of the away day end. And our number 8 was pushing forward. He was being the aggressor, and he's rewarded with a goal. A rare goal for Milinkovic-Savic, but we get the equaliser, and that's all we needed going into halftime. And Sancho with a bit of trickery, a heavy touch from him, but he'll get it through to Rashford somehow, and Gazzaniga comfortably gets that one. Through to Pogba, and now Rashford. Havertz through on goal against another North London club, does the job, and our number 7 ever so reliable, a brilliant camera angle right there, and we are flying in North London. Thankfully, it only took us to the second half, and he just had to roll it. He just had to place it, and Gazzaniga can't do anything about that one. The German on the score sheet, a ball lost again, and Troy Parrott, we're giving Spurs these second chances, and their youngsters could capitalize right here. And now it's through to Clark. Clark through on goal. Clark, what is going on there? How has our defense let that one in? And Spurs with the equalizer. We're getting comfortable. We've really underestimated this side. Pochettino has got them firing. He's got them playing well. And it's the new generation of Spurs players. Jimenez, he just breezed past him, and it's off the post and in. Now it has landed to the feet of Marcus Rashford. Can he pull a spectacular shot away? He will. That is brilliant from Marcus Rashford. Gets the 5th of the match, and that is our 3rd. It's a 5-goal thriller here in North London. And Rashford does the job again. A brilliant finish from outside the box. He scored this morning against Bulgaria, and the travelling United fans, another away day scorcher from Rashford, and it's the finesse shot that nestles into the bottom right-hand corner, takes it away from the Spurs defense, and we'll have a second angle of that, thank you very much. On the bobble, it nearly could have hit Paul Pogba, but the placement and the power was all too much. And finally, we get time to put on our subs. Rashford comes off for Joao Felix, as well as Tielemans coming on, as well as Jadon Sancho off for Leon Bailey. So it's a 3-man switch. Ali, no, it's their senior player on. What a tackle from Victor Lindelof. He signed a brand new contract, and he's proven why he wanted a brand new contract, as well as Martial. He's making a bursting run. The Spurs defense are tiring. It's a big ball in. Leon Bailey, the Jamaican, fresh off the bench. Our number 17 wraps up the match. All 3 points secured. And there we go. Martial was absolutely silent all game, but a dangerous ball in. And Leon Bailey at the back post. Gazzaniga couldn't claim it. It was our unmarked winger to sneak in behind the defense. That is our 4th, and it was much closer, much tighter than it should have been, but we get the 3 points away here in North London. The travelling United fans have something to cheer for, and especially the first touch from Leon Bailey was his first goal, so BCHD gets one over Mauricio Pochettino, but now Greenwood goes up to a 78 overall in training. He's got those 3 training slots, and he's doing ever so well with them. So BCHD, he's revived United and brought them back into Europe's elite competition, the Champions League. We're back where we belong, and we've been waiting for this fixture. It's been a long time coming for United fans. Semis or bust. I want to get out the group stage 100%, and it's a Lokomotiv Moscow away from home. It is our backup starting 11, our second starting 11 going into this game. I didn't want to put all our best players out because we have a game up against Chelsea at Old Trafford in a few days' time. Chong is back from injury, And now let's pray we can bring something away from Russia. Henderson in goal as well. And it's the 1-0 win. Guerrero from left back seems to be getting all these goals and retrieves our first Champions League 3 points. Our strongest side is out for this one against Chelsea. Another Premier League classic. And this time we'll take a look at their starting 11. We'll adjust a few things and make sure their strongest players are starting. And right now that is going to be Chelsea's strongest starting 11. We've put in Jorginho, Rudiger, their better centre back, and Vasquez starting down that right hand side. Now this episode has been all sunshine and roses so far with a Champions League win. We're back in the Champions League. We won against both Arsenal and Spurs. We did quite well in our simulations too. Now the Blues arriving at Old Trafford. Frank Lampard coming to Old Trafford as a manager now. We've got their strongest starting 11 out for this one. George Best Tifo is out. You know it's a big blockbuster when the fans bring out the Tifo at the Stretford end, but our boys are ready. Let's kick this off with Rashford. I don't know, Wan-Bissaka with the header away. Jimenez can't get there. He's taken out a player in the meantime as well. It is Belotti through to Kovacic. De Gea. He's going to strike it, you know. He's going to take it. David De Gea. And it's gone and hit the side netting. And now finds Davide Calabria. A lot of Italians in this Chelsea team. You'd think Maurizio Sarri is still at the helm. Oh, that is a lovely intervention. Back, it's chested from Marcus Rashford. He might go all alone, you know. And it's straight at Kepa. We tried to catch him out at the near post. Find our goal-scoring left-back, Rafael Guerrero. Can he turn a provider in this situation? A header in, and Marcus Rashford skies that one. Sancho over the top. Sancho, what can he do in this situation? Can he redeem himself again with a little skill move at the near post? That wasn't the direction we were going for, but it's still a shot on target. He'll skill past Kante, but he's read that all day, the little Frenchman. Back into the path of Vasquez. Belotti, back into Belotti, and De Gea can't come out quick enough, and Chelsea have passed their way through our defense. We pushed too many men forward, and right in added time, Chelsea get their well-deserved opener. They've been the aggressors, they've been the dominant force so far, and Frank Lampard's Blues come to Old Trafford to cause up a stir. De Gea, he's been brilliant all episode, but he's let that one slip by him. Lindelof out of position, and there you go, Belotti clinical with the strike. 1-0 Chelsea. Find a support. And there we go, Rashford through to Havertz, and it's just wide of the post. Try to get a goal from it this time, Rashford. The little English connection is strong, and now Sancho back into the path of Rashford. Kepa with a reactional save. Fabian fresh off the bench. Joao Felix, this is the first time we've used him, and it seems like the space has opened up for Leon Bailey here. He scored against Spurs. Can he get one over Chelsea? There we go. It was all men push forward for Chelsea for some reason, and our new super sub Leon Bailey comes on and makes the impact, getting the equaliser. Can we push on for the winner now? He's in amongst the fans, and it's a well-deserved equaliser. The assist from Joao Felix too. Kepa's been brilliant all match, but it was low and hard into the corner from Leon Bailey, and the Jamaican does what he does best and comes off the bench to get us a goal. Now, oh, lovely bit of skill, lovely little pirouette from the Portuguese magician, and now all of a sudden the Chelsea defense have opened up like the Red Sea here. Can he get the winner for us? Kepa with the big save, and he's buckled under pressure there, the youngster. Back to Fabian. We love a left foot strike with the Spaniard. Now in stoppage time, that'll be it. Chelsea gets away with that one, and we could have got the second. It's going to be the point shared there with Chelsea. They deserve to come away with a point, but our subs really made a difference there in the last 10 minutes. Leon Bailey gets us a Premier League point. We had a taste of this derby in the Premier League. Leeds are back in action in the top division. This time we have them in the EFL Cup round 3. We've got the second team out for this one. Joao Felix starts up top. We surely should be able to progress through to the next round. There we go. It's a 1-0 victory. The Dutchman Taith Chong in the 55th minute on the score sheet to get us through to the next round. We have a pretty easy month in October, but we'll simulate our last 2 games. It's up against Leicester away from home and Valencia in the Champions League at home. So surely we're able to get the positive results there. We get the 2-1 win against Valencia. It's back-to-back wins in the Champions League, as well as a 2-2 away draw. So just as long as we didn't lose, we're still undefeated in the Premier League as of this episode. And here we go. Our brand new monthly scouting report is back. And Sean Bell, the 15-year-old wonder kid, has got 76 to 94 potential. Already I'm seeing signs of the next best thing in English football. It's our last game before the international break. We have a big break, but we're at home against Wolves. Surely we can get the job done against the Wanderers, and it's a 4-0 victory. Martial with a red card, but Pogba, Havertz, and a Rashford again with the brace. And this is how the Premier League table is looking 8 games into things. We're still unbeaten. However, Fulham, Stoke, and Manchester City occupy the top 4. Brighton, Spurs somehow in 6. And then Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal, all 3 teams in a row struggling in the bottom half of the table. We'll take a look at the relegation zone. It is Wolves with 1 point. Oh my goodness. Norwich and then Watford are in the relegation zone. The cream has risen to the top. We are the cream of the crop, and we're currently sitting on top of the summit in the Premier League. That is going to be it for episode 2 of season 2 of the Manchester United career mode series. If you guys are enjoying the series, and if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to drop a like down below, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you get notified exactly when this career mode goes live. I'm hoping to pump these career modes out more often for you guys. You seem to be enjoying them and loving it on the channel, so thank you for all your support. Follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description. Also, comment down below your general thoughts on the series, any suggestions you have. And that has been me, BCHD. Hopefully you had a wonderful day, and I will catch you on the very next video.